The cold honest truth is after I surpassed probably 300, I kind of lost track. Um, and I say that because I'm for those that don't know, like I'm a CPA, so I'm an accountant. Excel is like my bread and butter. So I do have a detailed Excel that I track everything. But there was a point in time where I just stopped. So I know how many shoes I have, let's say from 2018 to now, but there's like a few year gap that I just stopped record keeping. So I can't tell you how many shoes I have exactly right now, but it's more than a few hundred.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the SoleSavy podcast. I'm a little disappointed in myself that it took 4 years, 3 years, 4 years coming up right now to get you on a podcast, considering you have been a freaking member since August 25th, 2018. Sean Go, how you doing, man?
I'm good, and I can't believe you just gave me the exact date that I joined.
I looked
I've been looking for that date for a long time because people ask me like, "How long have you been in Soul Savvy?" And I couldn't even tell them.
a pleasure to have you on. Again, it shouldn't have taken this long, but nonetheless, we're here. We're going to talk.
Better late than never, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk.
I'm honored to be on.
Yeah. Sneakers, content, dad life, Toronto, et cetera, et cetera. So let's dive in. Just for the folks who might not be familiar with you and your work. Who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, my name is Sean Go. Some know me as a sneaker photographer. Some know me as a sneaker YouTuber. I guess I'm a little bit of column A and B. I've been doing it for about 6 years now, and yeah, at the end of it all, I'm just the guy that loves sneakers, and that's pretty much all you need to know, really.
Your sneaker reviewing is like Batman level. Like you do this all in your extra time, spare time, weekends and evenings, and I give you mad credit for maintaining the day job and at the same time like a full YouTube account, which is a ton of work. How did you get into this line of sneaker reviewing and content?
So I've always been kind of interested in sneaker technologies and from a more like technical standpoint about sneakers. So I know there's some people that consume content that's more related to vlogs and like entertainment aspect of things, but I've always been more so about, I just want to know the bread and butter, what's so good about this sneaker, what's bad about it, how does it fit, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, there wasn't really anyone doing that in Canada. So we had at the time a couple of sneaker YouTubers, but they were more in like the vlog space. So I figured, at the time I already had my Instagram going. That was kind of going decent, and people knew me as a photographer of sneakers.
Right.
But I kind of wanted to challenge myself and say, well, let's get out of my comfort zone, put myself in front of the camera instead of behind, and just see where it goes. So I made one video where I wasn't even in the picture. I posted that, and then the second one was me in front of the camera, and then the reception was really, really positive.
What was the first video?
It was the Adidas.
Was it the Yeezy
What's it called?
750s?
No, the first video was 750s.
Oh,
but the one that I was in was Alpha Bounce.
Alpha
Yes.
Bounce. I'm looking at it right now. Yes, Alpha
Yeah,
Bounce.
Alpha Bounce.
Yeah.
So that was it. But the reception's been just 99% positive since the beginning. So that's kind of motivated me to keep going.
At that point, when you started the channel, how many sneakers did you have in your collection?
The cold honest truth is after I surpassed probably 300, I kind of lost track.
Yeah.
And I say that because I'm for those that don't know, like I'm a CPA, so I'm an accountant. Excel is like my bread and butter. So I do have a detailed Excel that I track everything.
Nice.
But there was a point in time where I just stopped. So I know how many shoes I have, let's say from 2018 to now, but there's like a few year gap that I just stopped record keeping. So I can't tell you how many shoes I have exactly right now, but it's more than a few hundred.
What's your favorite sneaker of all time? We were talking about the Flyknit Racer, but what gets you excited? You see a new colorway announced and you're like, I gotta have that tomorrow.
If we're talking like a specific colorway of a specific sneaker, all time is the white cement 3. But if we're
Okay.
talking like a general sense, what
A
silhouette kind of,
silhouette, yeah.
is, I'd say probably an Air Max 1, or yeah, Air Max 1, Jordan 3.
What shoe do you enjoy reviewing the most? Is it something you're comfortable with, and you can open it up and be like, Jordan 1, I'm gonna smash this review right now, or is it something like completely out of left field? And your question might be answered differently depending on the amount of sleep you've gotten with a newborn, but you can caveat if you want to.
I'll put it in two ways. If it's
Yeah,
something I know it's going to get a lot of views and it's going to
fair.
get traffic on my channel, then I would obviously prefer something that's like a silhouette that I'm familiar with.
Right.
So if it's like a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low, which I posted on my channel not too long ago, there's not really too much that's different than past Travis Scotts that we've seen.
Mhm.
But on a personal like fulfillment level, like
Yep.
just feeling like accomplished, I definitely prefer something new, like a when Jordan Brand releases a new silhouette, or when New Balance drop like the 920, which is like a new silhouette technically, even though the sole
Yeah.
is like reused. But something like that's like more refreshing, and it's not
Yeah.
like I'm just going through the motions, if that makes sense.
For sure. No, for sure. And do you know what your number one video is of all time right now on your channel?
Is it the blazer?
Yeah, I'm shocked by this. How
The white
early?
and black
Yeah,
blazer.
the most GR, one of the top 10 GR Nikes, period, right now. How early did you have? How and why? What keywords did you hit? I know,
I
every
don't.
time
I
Jacques Slade tells me that the thumbnail is like super important. How did you nail this one? It's got a 500,000 views
I
already.
don't put any deep thought into the content I post. Like I don't clickbait. I don't do any of that. So the tags are just legit what the shoe is. I think it's just the general consumer.
Yeah, I
They're
was
looking
curious.
for a review of a blazer, and a lot of other channels maybe they might skip over those GR shoes because there's no hype surrounding it. But
Mhm.
I find a lot of my top performing videos are just the GRs, which is pretty cool. Like I think before that it was the Roshi 2 or something like that, which
Yeah, yeah, Roshi 2, Black Sail, Triple Black. Yeah. Well, so I have to understand, why the hell do you say is back when you talk about New
oh,
Balances?
oh, let's
What
get
is
into that.
what is okay, you have 60 seconds. Go.
Long story short, is back. Hashtag IZBAK stands for the hype is back.
Okay.
So I originally used that when the dunks were coming back. So
Mm-hmm.
SB dunks were coming back. I'm like, oh, the
Sure.
dunk hype is back. Eventually shortened down to just is back. And then I know New Balance, it's not really the same story. Like New Balance didn't really have that same level of hype that SB Dunks had in the mid 2000s. But I'm like, I think the saying is funny. I'm just gonna use it. So I just
Yeah.
started throwing it on all my New Balance posts too. So
We got some quick hitting questions for you around your collection. What is the oldest sneaker in your collection? Date, not since you bought it, but like what's the oldest sneaker?
um, Skunk,
Yeah.
SB Highs. I
Yeah, okay.
have Stussy SB Lows. Oh yeah, crap. Forgot all about those. Band
Those,
Aid SB Dunk Lows. So a bunch
yeah.
of like older SBs. I totally forgot about those.
Nice, nice. What sneaker got you hooked on shoes?
So my first exposure was the Jordan 12 playoff, like the OGs when I was
Yep.
in elementary school, but I wouldn't say that hooked me. That kind
Mhm.
of made me aware that there existed Air Jordans in the world.
Yep.
I think it was the Air Jordan 21
Yeah.
was really when I was like, wow, the tech with the pods that you can interchange. Like this was like, whoa, what kind of, next level technology is this? So I think that's really what kickstarted um the passion, I'd say.
Nice, nice. Best steal or retail cop?
I gotta say the Easy Twos, the pure plats. I won it on the Nike Toronto
Oh,
Twitter
shit.
first come first serve thing or whatever. You remember that, right?
Not in Toronto. I was going to say Goodfoot. That's what was coming to mind to me, or even Livestock. But I don't know if Livestock was in Toronto at that time.
I don't think so. But for anyone listening that doesn't wasn't aware, so basically Nike Toronto used to have a store on Bloor Street at Bloor and Bay,
Yeah.
and then the way they released it was they said at any point in the day they're gonna make a tweet, and once they tweet that, you have to like DM them with the hashtag that they posted along with your size or your name and size. So people were just waiting, refreshing Twitter all day. I didn't think I had a chance. And then I was doing whatever. I was like out to lunch, running errands, went back home. It was like 4 o'clock. I'm like, they still didn't post it. I'm like, okay, well, let me sit on the couch and see if they
Yeah.
tweet it in the next hour or so. And they did. And then I managed to hit the pure plats.
The OG shock drop right there.
Yeah.
Well, look, Sean, it has been a pleasure. I'm glad we got you on finally after literally 4 years. You being a SoleSavy member, and hopefully round two will not be in 2026. We'll find some occasion to have you back on and have more of a focused podcast. And we can always say things like, oh, if you want to learn more about Sean, listen to episode whatever 100 and change this is about, and we'll talk about another topic next time. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Tell the people where they can find you on the internet and watch your content.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/SeanGo. Instagram, if you guys want to check out my photos, at sgo8, and Twitter, which I seldomly use, but I'm still around there, Sean.go spelt out. So
Nice. Are you TikToking yet?
Nah, bro. Like, I feel weird. Like, I'm a dad. Nah, I don't know. It's like you either have to be like young or like really old. There's no really in between. I don't know.
You're in the awkward place of
Yeah.
can't be on TikTok.
Yeah, for now at least. Give me 10 years when Grayson's old enough to get embarrassed. Then I'll.
I love it. Thanks again for joining us, and as always, a pleasure to have you in the community and watching your videos and supporting what you do.
No, thanks for everything SoleSavy does. Makes my life a lot easier, honestly. So thanks, man.